Hi, this is Eddie with a Mindful Emergence. Let's talk about why I don't smoke joints. Very often, hardly ever, okay? And I want to say at the outset, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of doing anything. And in this video, I'm actually going to talk about some of the advantages of smoking joints, as well as share you the reasons why I don't. So let's start with the fact that I'm not only talking about joints that we roll ourselves, but also spliffs, blunts, and a little bit about pre-rolls. All of them are similar in that they're all cannabis rolled up in some type of paper. If you don't know what a spliff is, a spliff typically, as defined, is where you take your cannabis flower and you combine it with tobacco and roll it up together. So you're smoking tobacco and cannabis. Obviously, if you're not a tobacco smoker, and I'm not, that doesn't appeal to me at all. And a blunt is somewhat similar, but instead of taking rolling papers, you actually take, and this is the way I've never done this, describe it. You take like a cigar wrap or something and you put cannabis and maybe tobacco in there, and it ends up you get this huge, huge thing. And back in the day, we used to call these fatties, and we didn't necessarily put tobacco with them, but there are these great big, huge things. So that's spliffs and blunts. Now, pre-rolls are what you get at a dispensary, and I'm going to do a whole video on pre-rolls. And I'll give you a spoiler alert. I'm not a big fan of pre-rolls, although they also have their advantages. All right, but all of these involve smoking paper. All right, so what's the advantages of smoking joints? Well, first of all, there's a whole romance around it. I mean, I've smoked tons of joints. I got so good at rolling them. I was the guy at the party, they'd say, "Hey, Eddie, will you roll this up for me?" I mean, I was really good at it. And, it's just this wonderful experience. I used to love the ceremony of cleaning my flower and rolling it and smoking it and with your friends. And maybe you're around a campfire. And there's something a sense of community that comes from that. So that's definitely something that I get. And I understand why a lot of people want to do it. There is that romance. You remember that song, Don't Bogart That Joint? If you do remember it, you're probably as old as I am, and you may remember that was Little Feat that did that song. Although, here's your trivia, they didn't write it, they took it from someone else. So that's kind of the mystery, the romance of smoking joints, okay? Now, the other advantage is they're convenient. So let's say, for example, you're going to go to a concert or some kind of event, and you got to drive there. And you don't want to get high and drive because, frankly, that's not a very smart thing to do, in my opinion, unless you're maybe just going around the corner or something. But you don't want to drive, but you want to get high before the event. Well, it's great. You just take a little joint, you roll it up, you stick it in your pocket, and then you discreetly, before the event, you just do what you do, take your hits. It's not so easy to do that with a water pipe or something like that, right? So joints are great in that way. They're compact, they're portable. You can smoke them somewhat discreetly in certain areas that are relatively public. And we're talking about legal cannabis use here, by the way. We're not advocating anyone get arrested. So those are the pros, okay, the positive with joints. What are the negatives as I see them? Well, the first of all, the first negative of smoking joints is if you got to roll them, that's a bit of an art. You've got to be able to grind up your flour not too fine. You want to make sure there's nothing in there like sticks or stalks or anything like that, because that'll mess it all up. I mean, rolling a joint, is it too tight? Is it too loose? And so on. So there is a certain art to it. And if you're not good at it, you're not going to do very well, probably. So that's one problem. The next problem is a health related issue. And in the description that comes with this video, I listed a whole number of concerns about smoking paper. I mean, you are smoking paper. And I understand that there are some manufacturers of rolling papers who tout their stuff is cleaner. You could just go out and get the old zigzags. I mean, these were around back in the 60s, and we used to go into convenience marts and buy them. And after a while, they wouldn't sell it to us long hairs because they knew what we were going to do with them. But then along came these other ones. Here's one called Raw. All right. And it's real cool looking. And I hope I don't get in trouble with YouTube for showing this. It says natural, unrefined rolling papers, organic hemp. Wow, great. That's fantastic. But then you look at the fine print and it says, warning, this product can expose you to chemicals, including ethylene. I got to take my glasses off to read this. Ethylene oxide, which is known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. Ooh, wait a minute. This is supposed to be all organic and clean and stuff. You're smoking paper. And guess what? You're smoking glue. I remember back in the day when I was doing joints, I mean, we're talking probably early 70s. I went to a friend's house and I pulled out my joint and I said, "Hey, let's get lit." And he goes, "I don't do glue." I go, "What?" "I don't do glue." "You're smoking glue." And it suddenly occurred to me that can't be good. So there's paper and there's glue. And you know what? I'm trying to protect my lungs and I take certain steps when I use pipes, and I'm going to talk about that in another video to try to mitigate or lessen the impact of the smoke. And one of the ways I do that is I tend to avoid joints because of what I just said. All right, the third problem with joints is that they can be very wasteful. Now, maybe you don't care, but let me give you an example of the difference between smoking from a pipe and smoking from a joint. So I have in my hand a 1/8 teaspoon measuring spoon. And when I smoke out of a pipe, dip this into my ground flour, which is ground very fine for a pipe, which is not good for a joint. Okay, you don't want it ground too fine, but I grind it fine. I put it in the pipe, kind of round it over a little bit so it's a little bit more, but it's only a little bit more than an eighth of a teaspoon. And I take one hit. And I'll tell you what, off the pipe I use with one hit, that's all I need. Now try to roll a joint with this. Okay, that's not going to happen. You need a lot of flour. Okay, now you're saying, well, wait a minute, Eddie. You know, I'm not using that for just one hit. This could be all day. This could be multiple uses. Fine. But once you smoke, then when you put it out, you've got the burnt flour there that you're going to be smoking again, unless you take your little scissors and trim it all off. And it can be very wasteful. Smoking out of a pipe, I can make a gram last for a long time. But I got to tell you, you can use a whole gram in one joint. It's not hard to do. Oh, and then there's the other thing. When you get done, you got the roach. All right. And I used to use this little surgical scissors and try to smoke it right down to the end and get all the good stuff. But there's still cannabis in there that you're not using. And here's funny, I laugh about it now. But I used to take those little roaches when I was all done and I would swallow them. I'd say, I'm not wasting anything. Now, of course, what I didn't understand, I was too dumb to know, is that that cannabis is not going to have any kind of effect. The THC is not going to have a psychoactive effect unless it's decarboxylated. In other words, fire is brought to it. That's what releases the THC. So here I am swallowing this thinking I'm getting something good out of it. And it was just dumb. But, I can laugh about it now. So those are the reasons I don't smoke joints. If you want to, go for it. I would just encourage you to be aware of the things that I pointed out and ask yourself to weigh the pros and the cons. And, it's a risk benefit thing. And, but anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. I do consulting for mostly seniors who are sort of getting back in the game, or maybe have now, because cannabis is so easily available legally, are starting to explore its benefits for sleep and anxiety and pain management and meditation and all those various things. So if you're interested in that, I've got a link in the description you can click and just do a quick consultation on Zoom, and we'll find out right away if I can be of help to you. So anyway, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It helps our channel. Check out our other videos. I'm doing a lot of them these days, just trying to help educate people, do harm reduction, and hopefully we can all enjoy this amazing plant in the best possible